So now we move on to domain 5 for short, and this is a big section. This is actually by one slide the biggest section that we've got to go through on this course. So we've got 3 overview slides plus a lot of detail. We've added applications to the list of things that we've got to control access to. Those are established things, they're nothing new. What is new is single sign-on, SSO, and just-in-time. Actually, single sign-in, strictly speaking, is a form of federated identity management. It talks about federated identity management and SSOs and markup languages that describe them, like security access markup language, SAML, and scripted access. But if you've allowed almost no time between the two, it's then very difficult to mount a top-toe attack. So basically, this is allowing you to manage identity on your local network. What does a hybrid federated identity system look like? So a significant change of emphasis in that subdomain there. So IP address, user agent HTTP header, time of access, and so on. So this is all wrapped up with what kind of access control system are we using. Business functions can be matched according to changing business needs. And as I say, go and see omada.net for a good treatment of this subject. So one of the tools that can be used for this is sudo, or sudo as it used to be, allows a system administrator to delegate authority to give certain users or groups thereof the ability to run some or all commands as root or another user while providing an audit trail of the commands and their arguments. So we're still tracking what they're doing. For more information, right, now we're on to the third overview slide of domain 5, and we're looking at subdomain 5.6, which is all about implementing authentication systems. So there's a brief-ish but perfectly reasonable explanation in the study guide there in page 606 to 607. They are again briefly, very briefly mentioned in the study guide on page 540. But we don't tend to get asked about that in the exam. We do in the practice questions. You get some silly questions in the official practice questions that say, what kind of sign-in mechanism does Google use? So OpenID Connect is published by the OpenID Foundation, and it is the 3rd generation, it says, of OpenID technology. So it's an authentication layer on top of the OAuth 2-point authorization framework. So it's a way that other servers and services can use a third-party authorization server, of which Kerberos is an example. But I'm not dropping a hint there again. Sounds like a good exam question to me, but again, that's not a hint. Kerberos builds on symmetric key cryptography and requires a trusted third party, which is who provides the service, and optionally may use public key cryptography during certain phases of authentication. The KDC sends the encrypted symmetric key and the TGT to the client. Client installs the TGT and decrypts the key, and now the client and server are authenticated to each other. So I've probably not explained that very well. And then if you want more detail, there is another layer of detail in the Wikipedia page. But anyway, I put that in. That provides centralized authentication, authorization, and accounting, or AAA. So it provides AAA management for users who connect and use a network service. And Tacax Plus has largely replaced its predecessors. Thanks for listening, but we'll move on to domain 6 now.